Alright, hello everybody, Demo the Warrior here with Austin the Artist, and tonight we
Hello.
are reviewing WWE Fastlane from, what is
The
the date?
21st
March
of 2020.
21st, 2021.
2020.
Um, so, to start things off, we're going to get into all the matches and everything that happened, but to start things off, this was actually a good pay-per-view. Um,
It
this is,
was
this is
the
now,
best Fastlane
yeah.
ever.
So this is now the Rumble, the Chamber, and Fastlane has been good. I was surprised that Fastlane was good because I
You could
thought
ask
Fastlane was gonna be
Demo
eh.
and me. We were both like, we have to get through Fastlane just to watch Stand and Deliver and then Mania. You're like,
Yeah,
oh god.
yeah, because all the other Fastlanes just were like filler pay-per-views in the past.
Yeah,
So, I mean, this kind of was a filler pay-per-view a little bit, but it was good.
it was good
Um,
nonetheless. Yeah.
yeah. So I did not watch the pre-show match because I watched this with the homie Brandon Champion and also the homie Sunny J, and we were out getting food during this. So if you want to say what happened on the pre-show match, you can because you watched it.
Well, the pre-show is where we found out that we got the picture of Shane McMahon, uh, getting injured while training, which we'll get to that. Trust me, we'll get to that. But then we got the Riddler, Matt Riddle, whatever you want to call him, versus Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Wasn't it for the
I
title?
did not. Yes, it was for the title, and I did not give two craps about this match. I watched it. It was eh. Um, Riddle won, obviously, because he just got the title and
Yeah, Riddle
whatever.
retained.
But the big thing is I think they finally saw my tweets. Every time Retribution showed up on my TV screen, I always post a picture in loving memory of Retribution. And they finally got, which I don't think they're going to have Retribution solely off TV, nonetheless, but Ali got, like, completely like just bombarded Reckoning, T-Bar, freaking Mace, and Slapjack to where Reckoning and Slapjack just left the ring, and then T-Bar and Mace did like a double sit-out choke slam onto Ali. So they they kind of took their leader out on the pre-show, which is what we all predicted, but
Yeah,
but
and they already
but
did that match on Raw this past week, so it was a rematch.
yeah. So I mean, if you think about it, I could actually, honestly, if they gave them back their names, like Dijakovic and Dio Madden, they could actually probably be a good powerhouse team.
Yeah. I wish they would
I
change
wouldn't
Reckoning
mind
back to
that.
Medium and
Yeah,
fucking
change
Slapjack
Reckoning
to
back to
Shane Thorne.
medium, and give Shane Thorne back his name because Slapjack's not gonna do nothing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, give them back their names, make Dio Madden and freaking Dajkovic have their names back, please, and make them a team. And they could go places with that team actually. If if they keep if they keep them as a group, okay, just give them their names back, and they can go places. All I gotta say.
Yeah. So, the actual Fastlane pay-per-view started off with the women's tag team title match, a rematch from the Elimination Chamber. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defended against Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champion, and Bianca Belair, who are going to be
Yeah.
opponents at WrestleMania. I came in like
So,
halfway through this match, so
well, Sasha came out with like this Spider-Man looking gear.
yeah, it looked pretty
Um,
nice.
oh, by the way, apparently I saw Johnny from New Legacy Inc. tweeted. Apparently, he put a side by side on like the same time for Peacock and the WWE Network. And apparently, Peacock was like an entrance slower, They were like an entrance behind. So Peacock was like a minute, 2 minutes behind the network.
Dang, that's trash.
Yeah, so that's something. But
Well, we're not gonna have a choice when it comes to WrestleMania, but we'll get to that later.
yeah, but then you gotta think only people that would really have to deal with it being like slow, I guess, would be people not in the U.S. or people who watch it on pay-per-view. But Bianca and Sasha came out first. I mean, you could obviously tell Sasha was going to turn heel here. Then freaking Reginald comes out with freaking SeaWorld and UFC. So they come out. Shayna looks amazing she looks amazing. Nia looks like
gear was really nice.
Yeah. So Shayna
horrible. She looked like she was wearing aluminum foil.
Nia looked like she was fresh out the new SeaWorld exhibit.
She looked like a fucking, you know how they put the aluminum foil on the baked potatoes when they put them in the oven. That's what she looked like.
Okay, I'm gonna stop because I don't want to be too mean because I felt bad last time.
Be too mean. Fuck Nia Jax. She's awful at everything she does. And
I know, but she's probably a good person. I mean,
I don't have a problem with her as a person because fuck Nia Jax. That's not her real name, so I can say whatever I want.
True.
But fucking fuck Nia Jax. I hope she fucking stops wrestling.
Well, I don't think you would want to do that. F Nia Jax.
No, I never.
I don't think any. So I think you need to say it in a different way, so that doesn't come across.
All right. Well, I hope Nia Jax breaks her neck then. How about that?
Oh, okay. That was a little bit.
So, I only saw bits and pieces of this match because nobody I was watching with gave a single fuck about this match because, one, it was a rematch from a match at Elimination Chamber, which already fucking sucked. It was boring. It had no substance. No one gave a shit. Nia Jax is awful at every single thing she does. They're making Sasha and Bianca look bad getting in there with her. The whole Sasha and Bianca rivalry, honestly, I know it's going to be a good match, but honestly, their rivalry so far has been really cringe, and I don't like it. And
basically, the basis is Sasha thinks that Bianca is a rookie. Mm-hmm. And another thing that Johnny from New Legacy posted, he was like, after the match, which I guess, should we just say the ending? Because it was obvious Nia and
Reginald,
Shayna win.
So Reginald fucking distracted, I think it was Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
And then Sasha tried to take out Reginald, but she missed, and then Bianca Belair blasted Reginald off the apron. And then eventually Sasha had I think it was Shayna. She had Shayna in either a pin or the bank statement, I forget which. And then Bianca came in, tried to stop Nia from breaking it up, and Nia threw Bianca on Sasha, and Sasha, being a complete dumbass, thought that Bianca broke up the pin or whatever. So Sasha got in her face and they're arguing. Sasha was calling her a rookie, and then they started getting into it, and then fucking Sasha said, I don't need you. Bianca got on the apron, and then Sasha got rolled up. 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler retain the women's tag titles. Nobody gives a fuck.
What Johnny from New Legacy Inc. said, he sat there and went, so we get to watch these two losers main event one night of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. That is right. They're the main event of the first night, I think.
Yeah, so like, what was this for? Why couldn't you just give this match to Dakota and Raquel and not?
Because NXT needed their own women's tag team titles, don't you understand?
Well, no, they don't. No, they don't.
Well, they did it. I'll tell you that.
Man, hey, if you want more proof that Shawn Michaels is at least on the Somas, apparently I read in a JTG book because I read like a paragraph of it because it was free, and he was like Shawn Michaels got mad at me for dancing to the ring because that was his gimmick, and I thought it was a rib, so I danced to the ring again, and then Shawn Michaels blasted me for it. So Shawn Michaels can't even let people dance to the ring because of his soma addiction.
Oh, well, you know what? You know what's funny? I found out that this past week on NXT, it wasn't actually booked by Triple H because Triple H wasn't there. Shawn Michaels is the one who booked the show, apparently.
Trips.
Yeah, I think
He has a crippling soma addiction.
Yeah, it was Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg that booked it.
God, they probably split it 50-50.
But so after the match, Nia and Shayna celebrate as they walk away, and then fucking Bianca Belair and Sasha start arguing, and then like Sasha pushes Bianca, and then Bianca starts getting in her face. Sasha's calling her a rookie, and then Sasha slaps the shit out of Bianca Belair, and then gets out of the ring and walks up to the stage, and then holds her title up, and then they're all set for WrestleMania, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not set on the match. Like I could care less about this match, honestly.
I think it's going to be a good match because they're both great women's wrestlers, but they're just the story, the way they're booking the story, and it just has no energy to it, and it's just the worst way you could go about booking this feud.
Here's how like bad that I just don't care about this match. I actually want to see the New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos.
I'm because I'm interested to see what the fuck Omos is going to do in the ring.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if they're going to give AJ Styles a Grand Slam champion.
That too.
Like you're giving me that's more interesting than your first main event of night one. Like,
yeah. It's fucking, I mean, I get why it is because Bianca Belair won the Rumble, so I get why, but it doesn't feel like a main event match. Like Reigns and Edge, and if Daniel Bryan's gonna be in it, I don't know. That feels like a main event match to me. But we'll get to that scenario later.
That feels like an amazing match.
Mm-hmm.
And if that does happen, I hope Daniel wins.
But with Sasha and Bianca, it's just like this is the person I wanted Sasha to face because I felt like, okay, well, since she's not in a rivalry with Bayley anymore, and Bayley was like the only serious fucking person that she's been in the ring with since she won the title, because yeah, she faced Carmella like 3 times, but Carmella sucks ass, so that's not really a great way to show Sasha as champion.
That's the thing. I think she's only faced Carmella and Bayley for that championship.
Carmella and Bayley, and I think that's it. Because the only other thing she's been doing is fighting for the women's tag titles for some unknown reason.
Wait, and that means, man, that means her reign's gonna suck then, because there's no way she's winning at Mania.
Yeah, and it's their fault because their women's rosters suck. I mean, they really do suck.
I mean, if they would legit, like, pull the plug on that Nia Jax and goddamn Shayna Baszler team, we would have at least one good goddamn wrestler in that situation, and that'd be Shayna Baszler. But no.
And I think Sasha versus Shayna could be a really good match, but the thing that sucks is it's Sasha, who's been honestly an women's champion, and Shayna Baszler, who's a joke now.
Yeah, I think they messed up completely because
now Bianca Belair is a joke too.
If Shayna wouldn't have lost to Becky at last year's Mania, Raw would have been bearable. Raw would have been bearable because we at least could have had, to be fair, there'd be Lana and goddamn Nia Jax for most of it, but you could still, god dang it, my freaking phone's
What's the sitch?
There's no goddamn sitch. but like, they could have held down a good freaking like women's roster for Raw, along with having what they're doing now with SmackDown. They could have had something going. They really could have.
Mm-hmm.
But what with it all started with Becky beating Shayna and then announcing that she was pregnant. Because she wouldn't have, if she would have just lost then, she wouldn't have had to have that be in the Money in the Bank. Or even if Shayna won it in the Money in the Bank. If Shayna won the Money in the Bank, that could have worked too. But instead we got this.
Yeah, and this is all awful. They've made Sasha look like a weak champion. They've made Bianca Belair look like a joke. Like Bianca Belair, Bianca that won the Rumble and this Bianca don't feel the same, and it's only been 2 months. And like the story they're giving them sucks. It's just and having them.
It feels like
why
they've
have
lost.
them team up to go for the tag title? That doesn't make any sense. They have nothing
They have
to do with those titles, and they keep
They
losing.
have lost the hype. They have lost the hype.
They have had Sasha
Bianca
eat
had.
2 pins now on 2 consecutive pay-per-views.
They have lost the hype on Bianca. Everybody was so hype when
And
she
Sasha
won
too.
that Rumble from. She won that Rumble from number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was so hype, and now look where she's at. Now I care about Omos and AJ Styles, which I always care about AJ Styles, but I care about Omos. Like what?
So
what is this?
it's the same thing with Sasha. Like when she beat Bayley for the title, everybody was hyped because like, okay, Sasha's finally gonna have the title reign that she should have because she didn't get to have a proper title reign before because her and Charlotte were flip-flopping the title every week. So now it was like, okay, Sasha's going to hold it down on SmackDown and be the women's champion, and Sasha's going to have all these good matches. Sasha literally said it herself. She wanted to change the women's division of SmackDown. She said that she wanted to face people like Bianca and Billie Kay and other people who haven't got women's title shots. And what's the first person they put her against? Carmella. 3 times. Why?
Just because Carmella is a second generation women's wrestler, doesn't mean she's good. I'm sorry.
She only got put in those title matches because she's hot. And I don't want to hear anybody make any goddamn argument because you know it's true. If Carmella was not as attractive as she is, she wouldn't have gotten that match. If Carmella looked like Ruby Riott, she wouldn't have gotten that match. Speaking of, where the hell are Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott at? What? They're doing nothing with
Performance Center, probably.
So I saw
they're probably just training.
I saw when they announced.
Maybe they got injured while training. That seems to be the trend now.
So I saw when they announced Sasha and Bianca versus Nia and Shayna for this pay-per-view. Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan actually commented on the post, and they're like, "What the heck? When are we getting our chance? How is this fair? They lost last time or whatever." And it's true. I don't know why. This did nothing for the rivalry. If anything, it made it worse. It made Sasha look weak because now she's eaten 2 pins going into WrestleMania. You should not have your champion eating pins going into WrestleMania because then when Bianca pins her and wins that title, it's going to mean nothing because it's like, okay, well, it's not like she's getting any kind of rub like when Sasha
I get what they're trying to do. I understand what they're trying to do because they've done it to Succession before, having your challenger team with the champion to go for tag titles. But you see, the difference was, I think was it Cena and Batista at the time that teamed?
I think it was Cena and Shawn Michaels.
Cena and Shawn Michaels. The thing is, at that time, they won the titles, and it wasn't. And they lost them due to unfair circumstances. It wasn't like something where any of them took a pin, because they didn't take a pin. So they'd done that to Succession before, but what they don't understand now is they're actually having them eat pins like nothing before, and it's ruining the storyline. Is what it's doing.
It's not going to give Bianca any kind of rub, and the win isn't going to mean anything, because when Sasha took the title from Bayley, because Bayley had that title so long, because Bayley won so many times, when Sasha took that title off of her, like, Sasha got a rub from that, and everybody thought she was going to have this great title reign, but she's not going to.
I think freaking Triple H let Vince McMahon borrow his golden shovel. And Vince McMahon just like, you know what? I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it on the person that I'm trying to build up. Because you know what? I'm Vincent Kenny McMahon. I could look... I got plastic surgery last year. It's okay. I don't know. Like, it's a thing where like, I don't know. It's not good. It's not good at all.
I look at it like this. I look at it as Bianca isn't going to get any like kind of rub or any kind of boost from beating Sasha. One, because Sasha has eaten multiple pins, so it shows that the champion can be beat. And if Bianca beats her, it's not going to mean anything. And two, because also this rivalry has had to do with the women's tag team titles, which are championships that mean nothing, in matches that have meant nothing, which in turn has made this story going into WrestleMania mean nothing. So when I feel like Bianca is going to win. When she does win, it's going to ultimately mean nothing. And then it's like, what happens after that? Yeah, Bianca wins, then what? Then who's she going to have to face? It's going to be in the same situation. Nothing's going to change.
I mean, if anything, like... For me, it's kind of seemed like, and it makes me vomit to even want. It makes me want to vomit to even want to even say this. But Nia Jax has pinned both of the women's champions.
Now this makes you feel sick. I felt sick for weeks. Weeks. I have felt sick to my stomach. Why?
I mean, well, it's the thing like where it makes me feel sick to my stomach because she deserves a title shot, and it's hard to say that. Shot. Did she really?
On SmackDown, she faced Sasha for the title and didn't win because Shayna accidentally screwed Nia out of it.
Oh, well, thank God. So, thank God, because I thought. I mean, but
technically, she could still have a match against Asuka.
True.
She beat Asuka too.
True. Yeah, true. So she's still. I'm not even gonna say it again because then I'll physically vomit.
You know what I'm worried about though? On Fastlane, they showed the advertising for WrestleMania, and they showed like Sasha, Bianca, they showed Roman, Edge. You know, the matches are confirmed. Like they showed Drew and Lashley, but then they showed Asuka, and then they showed Charlotte, but they didn't announce it as a match. But right after Asuka, they took
off Charlotte and Asuka off the branding.
Well, then why were they in the WrestleMania trailer today? On Fastlane?
I don't know why they were in the trailer, because on the branding for the tickets and stuff, they are not on there.
Well, on the fucking trailer they had Asuka, and then right after Asuka they showed Charlotte. So,
well, please no. I mean, maybe they haven't updated it from the chamber.
I don't fucking know. So, all in all, that women's tag team match sucked. It was probably the worst match on the show. I don't know, because there's another match that can compete with that, but we're going to get to the next match after this horrible women's tag match.
Wait, give me a second. Before we get to the next one, I have to get something ready. I have to get a song ready because it's more deserving of this guy's theme.
Fucking awful women's division. Awful, awful, awful. That's what I'll say. And I was excited about this match, but now I'm not excited about Sasha and Bianca anymore. Thanks, WWE. Great way to ruin a story.
Alright, next we have Apollo Crews versus Big E. Give me 1 second.
For the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep, and this should have been... Well, not the ad. I'll get YouTube Premium eventually. Come on, jeez. I don't care about goddamn. I don't care about Febreze. This should have been freaking Apollo's theme.
Oh my god. I mean, it would have fit, because now Apollo Crews has this new gimmick that's all about his culture for some odd reason. Now he speaks in a
Wakanda
Nigerian
forever.
accent.
Wakanda forever.
That's how he talks. I don't know why. It's so dumb. Like, and no one cares about Apollo Crews. He has faced Big E 5 times, and he's lost 5 times. And you know they're going to do it at WrestleMania. Why? I'm tired of it. Give Big E someone else. Give Big E and Sami Zayn. Big E and goddamn someone else. Fuck Apollo Crews.
You know what also? Freaking... They changed Apollo... They gave Apollo Crews his theme. Freaking, like, tribal drums or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Roman Reigns has told us that he's been working on getting a new theme. Where's his new theme at?
It'll come out for WrestleMania. I don't know.
But, like...
I mean,
legit.
Fucking Jeff Hardy has said he's getting no more words. When's that happening?
Oh, apparently, no, I saw something about that where Jeff Hardy said something on Instagram about he doesn't want to get no more words back until once the pandemic ends.
Motherfucker, there's gonna be fans at WrestleMania, Jeff. What else do you have? What else do you have?
That's what he said. That's what he said. He's like, I want fans in attendance, which I don't know if he's gonna have a Mania match. So
probably
if anything,
not.
He'll be in the Battle Royal.
Oh, great!
If they have one, he won't win it though.
God, fucking.
They'll have Braun Strowman win it for a second time.
Fucking, my friends were fucking roasting Braun Strowman. I can't wait to get to that.
But God, Apollo Crews. Which I made that PNG in the thumbnail, by the way. I made the thumbnail this time. I wasn't mad, so I made the thumbnail. I wasn't gonna make it last time because Jesus Christ, but nonetheless, Apollo Crews versus Big E sucked. I didn't care that much about it to where I actually made the PNG it's in the thumbnail of Apollo Crews with the goddamn Black Panther necklace.
They have done this match every single week on SmackDown. Apollo Crews keeps getting title shot after title shot after title shot, and he keeps losing and losing and losing and losing. Why? Why does he keep getting more Intercontinental? Nobody wants to see this feud. It's not good. Apollo Crews is not good. It's not. He's not.
But Devin. Apollo Crews got a new accent. That's obviously fake. He obviously deserves another title shot, Devin.
Fuck Apollo Crews.
I don't even know what happened to where this match ended. I just heard the bell ring, and then you said WTF in the text.
Apollo Crews got his ass kicked the whole match by Big E, and then this was so dumb. So then Apollo Crews starts mounting offense, and then it gets in this fucked up thing where Apollo Crews rolls up Big E, but then Big E rolls up Apollo Crews, and then it looks like they both have their shoulders down. The referee just goes 1, 2, 3, and then Big E retains apparently, and then Apollo Crews gets mad and then assaults Big E after the match. And you know
and then he starts yelling. He starts yelling in his accent, and Chad McBoseman rolled in his grave like 6 times. All right, next was the Braun match.
Oh boy,
it's supposed to be Braun versus Shane.
Well, Shane got hurt in training. They showed the clip of him training in the ring, and then he landed wrong on his knee, and
he pulled an Anna Jay.
So, for some ungodly reason, Elias comes out. Nobody cares about Elias and Jackson
He's
Riker.
not even in the thumbnail because I
why are they on this pay-per-view? They mean nothing to either show. They freaking, oh my god, they're so worthless. And then so it's just Elias, Jackson Riker, and Shane McMahon in the ring. They look
I would rather
stupid.
see Jackson
It's
Riker on Twitter spreading his hate speech.
it's Jackson Riker with no shirt on, showing all his tattoos. Elias with his guitar, and Shane McMahon on crutches. What a gruesome threesome. And fucking so Elias starts
They
playing his
probably had a
guitar.
threesome before the goddamn pay per
Oh my
view.
god! So Elias starts playing his guitar, and then Shane's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you," and this and that. And then Braun Strowman comes out. So then they do, oh my god. So then they do Braun Strowman versus Elias for some ungodly reason. I don't know why. This match was terrible. Neither one of these guys can wrestle. It was awful. Braun Strowman looks like a freaking retard out there. The way he wrestles, the way he fucking does his fucking screams and his fucking facial expressions and the way he carries himself, it's all bad. He looks like the stereotypical like big muscular giant guy that has like no like fucking zero IQ and is dumber than a sack of rocks.
The
That's what he
Great
looks like.
Khali had more character than
Yes.
Braun Strowman.
It's true. It's true. Braun Strowman's out there looking like a goddamn retired military veteran with this fucking
I mean, you gotta
shirt
think
and his
about
pants.
it. You gotta think about it. At least the Great Khali had a manager and was Indian. Back then, that was a character.
The Great Khali was world champion. Braun Strowman will never be world champion. Well, he was.
He was
Universal
world champion.
Well, everybody's forgotten about that. So,
True.
I mean, God's sake, oh my God, this like Braun Strowman sucks, man. Like he's just awful. They showed the replay of Raw where Shane McMahon dumped Nickelodeon fucking slime all over Braun
Do
Strowman.
you think they did that because the Saturday before that Raw was actually the Kids' Choice Awards?
I don't fucking know.
Because it was. Because I remember I was going to my aunt's house and like we're having dinner, and Nickelodeon was on, and apparently that's when the Kids' Choice Awards was, and Kenan Thompson was hosting it.
You know, who the fuck knows? But so this match sucked. It was Elias getting his ass kicked the whole match, and then Jackson Riker tries to help him. And then fucking Braun Strowman ends up getting the win, and then he walks out, and then that was it. And most likely
Yeah.
it's going to be Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, and I can't wait.
Well, after this, we finally got a good match. A decent match, I should say, because the ending was bad. But Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yes.
Something we were both looking forward to.
Yes, yes, yes. So, I don't know why Seth Rollins has his Burn It Down theme if he's supposed to be the Messiah now. I hate the Burn It Down theme song. It's cringe. I don't like it.
I liked when they teased like the Downstate doing like a redesign, rebuild, reclaim. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, I have. They should have went with that because his theme song is awful. It's so...
Yeah,
It's the
that-
same theme song he's had since 2014 when he broke away from the Shield. Then he had the Monday Night Messiah theme. He's still... Well, now he's the Friday Night Messiah, but he has the Burn It Down theme song, which he had as a babyface, but he's a heel. It makes no sense. His attire was bland. It was just a black attire. Didn't even pull nothing special out for Fastlane. And then Nakamura, thank God Nakamura has his old theme back and wrestles with his shirt off again.
Oh, by the way, I don't think Ray and Dominic could ever get a break because I saw on Twitter that Ray and Dominic were actually going to do a watch along on this match. They can never get a break from Seth Rollins.
Yep. Fucking. Oh, anyway, so Rollins and Nakamura, they had a good match. Basically, the story of this match is that Seth Rollins has been attacking Cesaro, and he's mad at Cesaro, and Shinsuke used to be Cesaro's tag team partner, so now Shinsuke's sticking up for his friend, and this and that. And so, this was a really good match. They worked really well together. I think this is the first time they've ever faced, I think. Um,
Yeah.
Shinsuke did a lot of kicks like he usually does, the strong style, but Seth was holding his own. Seth did his dive to the outside. Nakamura did one
He
really cool
did
move where
he did
Seth
a
was like,
buckle bomb,
yes,
which
I don't know why he
I'm
still
kind
does
of
that.
mad about because they unbanned the buckle bomb, but then they ban leg slaps. Like
Hmm.
really?
Well, that's Vince
But
McMahon for you.
yeah,
But
true.
so Shinsuke did this one cool move where Seth was like on the like sitting on the second rope, and then Shinsuke slid under him, but German suplexed him. It was really cool. Um, they went back and forth. Shinsuke had multiple Kinshasa attempts. Seth kept countering him. And then it ended when Seth hit a very, very sloppy looking curb stomp on Shinsuke, and Seth Rollins defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was good, just the ending sucked, and it just
Yeah.
felt like there should have been more from both of these guys, honestly.
Yeah, I can't wait for next week though when they ban holding like the turnbuckle rope when you tag somebody though.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that because you ban rules from a match.
I
So
wish they
that'd be good.
I wish they could ban Nia Jax from a ring. That would be nice.
Oh no, if they did that, they would get flack for it and then unban her from a ring.
Maybe they should just ban her from the buffet table then. Ban her from catering.
Oh god, I heard their catering food actually sucks too.
Well, that's great. So after this match, God, what match was next after this? Was it
I
Randy
think it
and
was
Bliss? Oh, Sheamus and
No, it
Drew.
was
Sheamus and
Sheamus
Drew.
and Drew.
Yeah, so Sheamus and Drew McIntyre had this match. Basically, they've been fighting on Raw the past couple weeks, getting into brawls. Then they had one match. They had one match where they beat the crap out of each other, and this was the exact same match. The story of this match was that Sheamus and Drew have been friends for 20 years, and they showed all this independent footage of them when they were young, and then they showed when they were both in WWE in like 2010. And then they showed when McIntyre got released, and then when he won the Rumble, and Sheamus winning titles, and blah blah blah. And then how Sheamus thinks like, after all this friendship, Drew doesn't care about him. He only cares about the world title, so that's why they're fighting to prove who the
I
better
gotta
man
be
is.
honest. I gotta be honest. I had seen this match 5 times before this with the same outcome happening.
Hmm.
So I did not care about I cared about the story. The story was intriguing, but the match wasn't.
The match
And
felt long.
a spot in the there was a spot where Drew broke part of the Thunderdome set.
Hmm.
I feel bad for the people who bought those places on the Thunderdome God dang set.
My friends actually said that like the explosion that happened when Sheamus got thrown through that, they said that was more impressive than the AEW exploding barbed wire death match bomb. Like
It was too.
and it was.
It was.
It looked like
But
a
I
way
do
better
feel bad for
explosion.
the people who bought those sections because that's like
Oh
I
God,
don't know how much that is.
this is off topic, but I wanted to talk to you about this. Did you see Tony Khan's explanation of why the explosion sucked? Oh my
No, because I
fucking God.
blocked Tony Khan too.
So Tony Khan defended it by saying how they didn't want to actually blow up the people, but here's his defense. So Tony Khan said the reason that the whole ring didn't blow up was because Kenny Omega drew out the plans for the to build the ring in Cran, and because Kenny built the ring, he said that since Kenny being the heel, he said Kenny specifically designed the ring not to blow up. That was Tony Khan's excuse.
What?
That I only know because they played the audio of it on Jim Cornette. I was listening to it,
All
and Jim
right,
was
all
laughing. He was
right,
dying.
Tony, Tony. I think Jim Cornette and Brian Last are right. You are on crack. because that okay, that's one of the poorest goddamn like freaking oh god, that's like Salvation Army level
Oh my
of
god.
poorest explanations.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
yep, that was his
Jesus
defense of why the
Christ.
explosion sucked.
Well, we're not gonna get on anything that's gonna
Yeah.
make me mad no more, so freak you, Tony Khan. I hope your company kicks the bucket.
So back to Sheamus and Drew. This match felt
Yeah.
long. It was a lot of Sheamus and Drew beating the crap out of each other, which was already the previous match they had. They were whipping the shit out of each other. They had like at least 8 kendo sticks. They had chairs, the typical WWE Extreme stuff. They were on the outside for most of this match. Um, Notable spots in this match, like we said, Sheamus getting thrown through one of the Thunderdome people crowd trons. Um,
That must have been
Freaking.
like 6 people that paid for that, and they're like,
How did the announce table get broke? I don't remember. I was half paying attention.
Sheamus did a white noise. I only saw this from like he did a white noise from the barricade to the table. I only saw this
Mm,
through replays because I was dealing with my food situation at the time.
mm. So yeah, I mean, this match was okay. It wasn't bad. It was just a match we've seen before. The way it ended, they were going back and forth in the ring, and Drew kept trying to go for the future shock. Sheamus kept countering, and then Drew hit a future shock on Sheamus on the piece of the announce table that Sheamus brought in the ring for some reason. Um, and then they went back and forth a little more. I don't remember exactly what happened, but then Drew was able to counter it, and then Drew hit a Claymore kick, and because there's no more leg slaps, the instead of sounding instead of sounding like that when he does the Claymore kick, it just sounded like nothing, and it made it sound weak because it sounded like nothing. So, and Drew won with the Claymore
Instead of
kick.
sounding like an earth-shattering, like jaw-shattering kick, it sounded like the dust that was flying over, like all the way over across the desert in The Lion King.
Hmm.
Like that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, so it was a pretty it wasn't a bad match, but it was honestly just I couldn't bring myself to really care about the match just because I've seen it so many times. And it was the same thing with the Big E and Apollo Crews, just seeing these matches over and over. That's why I'm not excited for Drew and Lashley at Mania, because we've seen this match so many times. It's like, oh my god.
But that's when we got Alexa versus Randy,
Mm-hmm.
and this match was good.
If you can really call it a match.
Well, I mean, we got the infamous shot with Alexa Bliss pinning Randy Orton, and then we got the Fiend back. So I call it a match. Okay, we
So
got those both. Okay.
Randy Orton comes out, does the whole taunt thing. As Randy Orton's taunting, Randy Orton starts vomiting up that black liquid again. So then Randy gets mad and he goes over to the timekeeper's area and he said, "Get me a damn towel." So they throw him a towel and Randy Orton starts wiping himself, and then he's in the ring and he's like telling Alexa Bliss, he's like, "Come on already, get in here." So then,
Somebody needs to edit that. Like, get me a towel, and instead of the towel, him saying towel, him saying sandwich.
oh my god, fucking so. Alexa Bliss comes out to this distorted Firefly Funhouse theme. She comes out
Which
wearing,
is, I did want to ask, why? Because she has her own, like, fiendish, like, Alexa Bliss theme.
I don't know, but she was wearing her overall dress thing, whatever it's called, that had all the smiley faces on it. And so she gets in the ring, and then they start the match, and then Randy tries to go over to Bliss, and then all of a sudden she lifts her hands, and then fire shoots up from the ring, and then Randy Orton backs up. This is weird. And then Randy kept trying to go for Bliss, but she kept doing stuff. and like Alexa Bliss was like acting really really creepy, but it was also really sexy at the same time. And I
Yeah.
know Austin was full mast over there,
Nah.
but so Alexa kept taunting Randy. He was chasing her around the ring, and then she kept laughing at him. And then there was one spot where they're on the outside, like Randy was chasing her around the ring, and then Alexa was laughing. She looked up, and then when she looked down, her face got all like demonic, and then a freaking like a light fixture from the ceiling dropped down and almost hit Randy Orton. And then like Alexa kept playing with them some more, and then she got in the ring and she was like swinging on the ropes, and she told him, she was like, "Come on, Randy, I'm in the ring. Come on, it's all right." So then they get in the ring, and then she shoots another fireball at Randy, and then
A
Randy
modern
tries
day goddamn Hulk Hogan.
Randy tries to run at her, and then drives himself shoulder first really hard into the post, and so it's just that for a while until then Randy Alexa like says no more games and whatever, and then Randy's gonna go for her, and then all of a sudden on some Undertaker shit, you see the Fiend's glove pop up through the ring, and there's like smoke and stuff formulating, and then you can see like the hurt heel glove, and then like the hand and the arm is like all burnt on some Jason Voorhees stuff, and
Yeah.
then it grabs Randy by the ankle, and Randy starts freaking out, and he gets it off of him, and he like backs away from it, and then fire shoots up from where the arm was, and then the Fiend, well, the new Fiend emerges from hell, I guess, and he looked fucking sweet. Like he looked like basically the Fiend mask was like all burnt, his hair was all singed and burnt, it was all deformed. He looked like legitimately like his whole outfit was burnt and singed and deformed. He looked like Jason Voorhees, legitimately, just without the
Yeah.
hockey mask. Like
I
imagine
think he's
Jason
lost
with
some
the
weight
Fiend mask.
too.
That's what he looked like.
I think he
Yeah.
lost some weight too. Definitely. That's good for him. Like at least
Mhm.
he's getting healthier. But jeez, we got the Fiend back, and then he hits a Sister Abigail on Orton,
Mhm.
and then Alexa, she had to have known. I swear she had to have known that this is what people were gonna think when she pinned Randy.
Mhm. She's just giving the
she
fucking simps more content.
she's giving them more content, and it's legit like she pinned them legit like a sex position. Like it was
Yeah.
legit like a sex position, and freaking the Fiend was like standing over them. So I saw a couple memes about it. Um, and one thing that people are thinking is going to happen, but one meme was obviously the Brazzers logos in the corner,
Mhm.
and then I saw a meme where it put the side by side of freaking like the Fiend and then the Jason Goes to Hell Jason, and we're so close to getting the Fiend in space.
Oh God.
and then and then I actually saw something that might be interesting. Apparently, a lot of people are thinking that either this outfit was to just scare Randy, and he's gonna come back as the Firefly Funhouse Bray and the other Bray, or that Alexa will be controlling the monster now.
Mm-mm.
Which I like the second option
Mhm.
because that would be kind of cool. Even though Bray has a really good promo style and he could really do good promos, if he's just a silent, like especially looking like that, if he's silent and like looks like he's gonna murder you and have Alexa controlling him, that would be insanely good. I
Yeah.
also did see there was a couple, like, I don't know if you saw, but there was a couple children like crying. Like it, it
No, I
was
didn't.
kind of it was kind of sad. Like I saw a little girl crying in the goddamn like in one of the screens. It made me kind of feel a little bit bad, but still feel excited.
Why were they
but
crying?
Well, because I guess the Fiend scared them because of how he looked.
Well, fuck them. Grow up.
The kid was like 4. The kid was like 4, and she was with her freaking parents. You're gonna go tell the kid to grow up? She's like 4.
Fucking.
Jesus.
Said, stop crying. I was playing.
Oh my god.
I was playing.
Jesus.
But, yeah, so that was Randy versus Bliss. They didn't actually wrestle for those who actually wanted to see them wrestle. But The Fiend is back, and they're setting up. It's going to be Randy Orton versus The Fiend at Mania.
Which, people were saying that it might be a Funhouse match, but I don't think so now. Unless the first option that I listed was actually the truth, and it was just a spook Randy.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
But
we'll see tomorrow.
Yep, but now it's time to move on to the main event, which was Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Daniel Bryan with Edge as the special enforcer for this match.
Best match on the card.
Hands down. This was a great match. It felt long, but it was good.
It was long. It was actually 45 minutes long.
Oh my fucking god. I knew this match felt long. God damn.
Yeah, it was like 45 minutes because it started around like 8 my time, and then it went from like all the way to like 8:40 something.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So with this match, Edge came out first. Edge beat Jey Uso on SmackDown. That's why Edge was the special enforcer for this match. Then Daniel Bryan comes out, and then of course Roman Reigns comes out with Paul Heyman. They start going at it back and forth. Daniel is the faster of the two. He tries to like put Roman into all these holds. He tries to take Roman's legs down. He's trying to like outpace Roman, and he's trying to catch Roman off guard. And Roman's fucking built, man. Jesus Christ.
Roman is
huge.
Like the human version of Thanos.
I mean, he has the Thanos gauntlet on his wrist.
Yeah. So like he's legit like the Thanos of WWE right now.
Yeah. This is a. Okay. Sorry, I'm really tired, but I didn't sleep well last night. But so this was a really good match. It had really good back and forth. Eventually, they got each other in a bunch of different holds. They went to the outside. Daniel hit a diving knee off the apron to the side of Roman's head. Then he hit multiple knees off the top rope to Roman's head. Blasted Roman with a whole bunch of yes kicks. Was trying to keep Roman down. Roman kept fighting back. Roman kept throwing Daniel into the corner. He kept hitting Daniel with forearms.
It was just an all-out brawl, pretty much. And I'm pretty sure the yes lock or the label lock, whatever you want to call it, got put in 4 times in this match.
And Daniel was wrenching it hard too. He put it in the first 2 times, and Roman didn't tap. And then Daniel went to hit a running knee on Roman. Roman moved, and Daniel blasted the referee with the running knee. So then Roman hit a spear on Daniel Bryan. There's no refs, so then Edge gets in the ring because I guess he's allowed to do that because he's the special enforcer. So then Edge makes the count, Daniel kicks out, and then Roman gets mad at Edge. And this was actually funny because Roman starts talking shit to Edge, and he's like, "What are you doing in here?" And then Edge is like, "I'm the special enforcer." And then Roman was like, "All right, so you gonna get your ass beat too." It's like Roman was being funny. He just like looked up at Edge. He said, "All right, so you want to get your ass beat too?" So Roman and Daniel kept going at it. Eventually, then Daniel, it looks like he's about to win, and then of course Jey Uso comes in, super kicks Edge, and then super kicks Daniel Bryan, and then Jey Uso goes and gets a chair. He hits Edge with the chair, and then he goes to hit Daniel with the chair. Daniel ducks it, running knee to Jey Uso, and then
starts blasting him with chair shots.
he the way he was hitting him, he was like, "Get that trash out of my ring!" Like
And
he was
then
blasting
Daniel,
Jutsu.
went to go hit freaking Roman with a chair because the referee was still out, and Edge wasn't looking, so he went to go hit it, and he hit Edge with the chair.
Yep. So then Edge was laid out, and then so because there was no official, Roman started mounting offense, and then Roman went for a spear. Daniel countered into another yes lock, and Roman
Actually got to the point where Roman tapped.
Yeah, Roman tapped, but because Edge and the referee were down, there was no one to call it. And then out of nowhere, Edge attack. I think did he hit Daniel with the chair, or did
He hit both of them with the chair.
Yeah.
And then I think he speared him, or no? Did he just hit him with chair?
He hit him with the chair, and then Roman, who was so out of it, just crawled and put his arm over Daniel, and then Edge counted 1, 2, 3, and then
No, it was the ref that counted 1, 2, 3 because he's like, yeah, because like Edge sit there and snapped and then left.
Oh yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. So after that, Edge snaps. They did like some with that chair, the whole chair shot thing on Edge. They did like some Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker shit, where like when Bret Hart was gonna hit Shawn Michaels with the chair, and Shawn Michaels ducked, and Bret blasted Taker. That's what they did in that spot. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah. And I felt like I kind of got some Dolph Ziggler vibes when you said it's supposed to be mine. The match is supposed to be mine.
Yeah. So then Edge walks out all mad. Roman scoots over, puts his arm across Daniel. 1, 2, 3. Roman retains the Universal Championship and will go to WrestleMania to face Edge. But I feel like they're still going to add Daniel Bryan into it because of how everything went down.
They better, because
they're not
if they don't, I'm going to be mad.
They're not going to not have Daniel at Mania.
Well, yeah, but there also is a thing, because I told you the other day that apparently, like on Peacock, they added a playlist of Daniel Bryan, and then it said the 2021 Hall of Famer Daniel Bryan in the description.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be a thing too. So
I feel like it's honestly going to be a triple threat, because I feel like building towards Mania, they're obviously going to. They already announced it, Roman and Edge, but they're going to do a thing where I feel like they're going to do a thing where Daniel Bryan's like, well, I made Roman tap out, so I deserve to be in this match. And then Edge attacked me, so that's when I clearly won, and that's not fair, or something like that, to get himself added into it. Because Daniel Bryan's, there's no way they're not going to have Daniel Bryan wrestle WrestleMania. And there's like, with the way this all went down, there's no way Daniel Bryan's not going to be involved in it.
Yeah, I mean, true. I'm just hoping that they actually do that, because like that would be a banger of a main event. Like I don't want to sound like the goddamn 3 AM channel saying banger, but
yeah. So now we know the main event of WrestleMania Night 1 is going to be Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's title, and then the main event for WrestleMania Night 2 is going to be, at least for now, Roman versus Edge for the Universal title, but it's probably most likely going to be Roman versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan for the Universal title.
Man,
I'll be surprised if
I'm
it's
starting
not.
to realize. I'm starting to realize they really effed over Charlotte last year. Like, she won the Royal Rumble and she was supposed to get a main event. And Undertaker and AJ Styles main evented the first night.
Oh, well, Charlotte needs to be screwed over. Fuck her.
Oh, God. Yeah.
But, so, that was Fastlane for March 21st, 2021. And now WrestleMania is set for the most part, at least in terms of the world title matches.
Technically, yeah, just like the world title matches and some of the title matches, because there's 2 nights. They're usually like 9 a freaking night, 9 matches a night. So
yeah,
but have they only announced 4 matches?
They've announced Roman versus Edge, Drew versus Bobby, Sasha versus Bianca, and the New Day versus AJ and Omos.
So yeah, that's 4.
Which I'm assuming there's going to be Miz and Morrison versus Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
Obviously going to be The Fiend versus Randy.
There's probably going to be Biggie versus Apollo Crews again. Probably Daniel Bryan
Sammy
will probably
versus
be added to Triple
Kevin.
Threat.
Sammy versus Kevin might happen. I saw, because I watched SmackDown. Did you see that?
No, I didn't watch SmackDown.
Yeah, Sammy blasted Kevin with a haluva kick after talking about Logan Paul.
I mean, that'll be a good match, but
yeah, I mean, better than what we got last time.
I don't know if Asuka's defending or not, and if so, I hope it's against Rhea Ripley.
We haven't seen Asuka at all.
Well, I don't know. Rhea Ripley's debuting tomorrow on Raw. So...
I mean, I feel like Asuka by now should have been stripped, because she has not been on TV for like a month.
Well, I mean, is either that or she would have been here. She would have dropped the title to Lacey Evans, because we were supposed to get Lacey versus Charlotte at Mania for the title, if you didn't know that.
But still, well, yeah, but still, it's like she should have been stripped by now.
Well,
she's not showing up.
I mean, Jordan Devlin should have been stripped to his title, but they didn't strip him.
Well,
either.
that was because of world issues. It wasn't.
Well, I mean,
this is obviously not world issues. They're just not booking her. Like,
I mean, they can't book her with no division.
I mean, true, but like, they technically do have somewhat of a division, even though I don't like the division.
Because I know Asuka was the Raw Women's Champion ever since winning the Money in the Bank. And then I know she did drop it to Sasha for like 1 week and then won it right back at, I think it was SummerSlam. And then she's been Raw Women's Champion ever since. And she hasn't done really anything with the title. So, because they don't have anybody for her to face besides Charlotte and now Rhea Ripley. But they were going to do her and Lacey Evans. Thank God Lacey Evans got knocked up. Because nobody wanted to see that match.
They could have done Naomi, but then they stuck Naomi with freaking Lana.
Because for some reason, to them, the women's tag titles are important. I don't know why. They should not be any sort of priority because they take away from
you should have seen
division.
SmackDown. You should have seen SmackDown because guess who was attacking the women's tag champs?
Who?
Natalya and Tamina. And you know what I tweeted? I'm like, I don't know what's worse. The current champs or them holding the belts?
I couldn't tell you.
And then the day after they tweet reminding me of a good time for those titles when the Iconics won them. So I'm like, you're gonna tweet what is happening now, and you're gonna remind me of something good when it comes to those titles. Thank you, WWE. Thanks for reminding me about that.
I don't know why they don't just get rid of the tag titles, because if they did, there would be more women for the division, because now they have to focus on 5 different women's divisions. They have the Raw women's division, SmackDown women's division, women's tag division, NXT women's division, and NXT women's tag division, and NXT UK women's division. So that's 6 women's divisions.
Don't forget, there's going to be a woman. There's probably going to be a women's UK tag champs as well.
Anyway, fucking, I don't know why they don't just get rid of the women's titles. They mean nothing. And why they introduced the NXT women's title still pisses me off. It makes no sense. It's the worst thing ever. And people might think, oh, it's good, and Ember and Shotzi are holding it. Those titles, trust me, after a while, those are going to end up the same as the women's tag team titles now.
They already are.
People don't think so.
Freaking Ember and Shot. If they would have kept them on Dakota and Raquel, maybe they would have got some goddamn recognition. But no.
Oh my fucking God. It's just... So, after this show, We have Takeover
You know what?
Stand and
Actually,
Deliver, which is going to be 2 nights.
before you say all this, what they should have done was had Dakota and Raquel retain those titles and had a unification match at Mania.
Why? What's even the point of introducing those titles then if you're just going to unify them? That's literally a waste of material.
Because
Like,
we
just give
wouldn't
them a
have to deal with
match
them no more.
against them. Like what they should have done. Is
Well,
not even
I'm
that.
just
They
saying
should have.
hypothetically, if they kept going with those titles.
What they should have done was had Dakota and Raquel win the titles. But what they should have done
True.
after that was they should have gave them a rematch at the Chamber or Fastlane, whatever, and or even fucking Mania, what goddamn ever, and have Dakota and Raquel win the titles. But no, what they do is they give Sasha and Bianca 2 title opportunities, even though that 1, they're not a team, 2, they're opponents at WrestleMania, and 3, they're making their own story look bad, and 4, instead of doing that, they pity them by making NXT Women's Tag Titles, handing it to them, and then having them lose it an hour later. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is the actual point of that? They must be
Well,
heavy popping somas.
like we said, yeah, they've got to be getting a lot of somas. I don't know how they're alive right now.
I don't either.
All right, but you can go on with the schedule.
So, now that we're through Fastlane, the only things we have left is up next. It's going to be Takeover Stand and Deliver, which is April. Fucking God.
I think 7th and 8th.
Yes,
Yeah.
the 7th and 8th is going to be Takeover Stand and Deliver night 1 and night 2. It's 2 nights for some ungodly reason. And then after that, our final review, which is going to be WrestleMania 37, night 1 and night 2.
Which will be combined because Demo will be going to Brandon's and staying both nights. So it will be combined. The Stand and Deliver, I don't think will.
Nope. Fucking.
So.
Oh, why do they have to make it 2 nights? Why can't they just get all of it over with in 1 night?
I do not know.
Oh, God. But, yeah, that's our remaining reviews that are coming up. But, yeah, so look forward to those. And after those, we are going to be done with reviews for a while.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this was your review for Fastlane for March 21st, 2021. I've been Nemo the Warrior.
I was here.
And this was our review of Fastlane. Stay tuned for more reviews coming in the next couple weeks, because WrestleMania, which is exclusively on Peacock, by the way, is 20 days away, so it's coming pretty soon. So, thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next time. And
Peace.
fuck you all. Bye.